Welcome, we are Team Ago, and we're going to talk about the Juice Plus business. Here you'll see the structure of any corporation in America, in fact, any corporation in the world. At the bottom, you have your workers. Could be the janitor, could be the mail person, could be the guy pulling the front door open for everybody to come in. They're stuck at the bottom. In order to get to the top, where you have one CEO, they have to fight through all the other workers, lower management, middle management, upper management, C-level, to finally become the CEO. It's a romantic idea, but it just does not happen. Contrast to that is the Juice Plus business, and this is what it looks like. At the bottom, everybody starts as a dealer. At the top, there are national marketing directors. Now this dealer begins and has the same exact product, the same exact marketing plan, the same exact everything as every single other dealer that has ever entered this business. The only variable is this dealer, how hard he or she wants to work to make it to the top. There is no boss, there's no politics, there's nothing impeding that dealer making it to the top. And there's plenty of room at the top. There's not only one spot like over here in the CEO. So let's take a look at what a job looks like versus a franchise. And first off, this Juice Plus opportunity, it is risk-free and stock-free. When I say risk-free, I mean that it's $50 to start. And for instance, the other night I went out for tacos and beer with some buddies and gave them a little business presentation, and I spent 20 bucks that night. So risk-free, absolutely. Stock-free, you don't have to buy anything. You don't have to fill your garage with product that you hope sells. It's nothing. The company does it all for you. So let's take a look at the contrast between jobs and a franchise. In a job, you've got a boss, and I don't know too many people who are in love singing the praises about their boss. You definitely have set hours, a set wage, and yes, you may be able to negotiate some of that wage as in the form of a salary when you sign on or in your annual review, but for the most part, it's a very thin difference between what you can negotiate and what you are actually worth. Additionally, looking at the cost of living, inflation, your wage, is that going to keep up with the inflation? Possibly not. You definitely have set holidays. I know a number of times when I've wanted to take a break, wanted to go on a vacation, and I couldn't because my job just wouldn't allow it, either my job or my boss or both. Moving on to the same environment. It was driving me crazy. I would drive in my little car on the highway with everybody else in their little cars on the highway to park in the parking garage and ride the same elevator up to the same office, and I'd sit in the same cubicle every single day. It was terrible. Additionally, when you're looking at targets and quotas, if you have a great month or a great quarter or a great year or whatever, there's little time for celebration because what happens to that target or quota that you just met? Well, there's the next time period, and well, because you just hit that target or quota, we're going to raise that. That's what happens, and then all of a sudden you're stuck with, we have to work even harder just to meet the bare minimum. Looking at a pension, the days of working at a company for 30, 35 years, you get a nice watch, you get a plaque, and you get sent on your way with this cushy pension. Those days are fantasy. They're gone. And then as far as progression goes, I don't know too many people that have said, wow, I feel really great about how I've been promoted. I definitely have been promoted as fast as I think I deserve. And what does all that equal? Well, to me, it is way too much stress, and I do not like one bit of it. Taking a look and contrasting it to a franchise, definitely don't have a boss. You determine your hours. Your wage, you don't have a set wage either. Inflation, that's not a factor. You can take a holiday when you want. The same environment, well, it depends. It depends. Oftentimes, no, you're not going to have the same environment every day. And then targets and quotas, no, you're the boss, so you figure that out. And then as far as a pension goes, yes, you're building it. And for progression, that is based on merit, on your merit, on how hard you work, how much you produce. What does that equal in my mind? Well, that's a lot less or even no stress. And I like that idea. So let's take a look at a franchise versus the Juice Plus franchise. I looked on the web the other day and I found out how much a Dunkin' Donuts franchise costs. Just to have the rights to open up a Dunkin' Donuts costs $294,000, all the way up to $1.5 million. And that's just to have the rights to own a Dunkin' Donuts franchise. So looking down here, it's almost $300,000. And then you haven't even bought the facility yet. You haven't even bought it or leased or even dealt with the facility and the expenses there. Also, the stock, all the paper cups, all the coffee, all the sugar, all the spoons, and everything else that you need to buy to just open the doors to your franchise. You're also going to be looking at a ton of paperwork. And oh, by the way, while you're doing all these other things, you have to develop and implement a marketing plan. You have to do all the paperwork for payroll, and you're going to be working a ton of hours and dealing with a ton of headaches from all the staff that you're leading. What does that equal? Well, here's that big S word again. A whole lot of stress. Contrasting it to the Juice Plus franchise, startup for Juice Plus is $50. You don't have a facility that you have to pay for, buy, or lease. You don't, like I said earlier, you don't stock anything. You're not doing any paperwork. The marketing plan, this is done for you by the company. Payroll, it's also paid for you. Long hours, well, you are the only one that decides how many hours you're going to work. And instead of dealing with the headaches of a staff, you're all of a sudden working with a team. And that's a heck of a lot different. And for me, when I see all those things, it means a heck of a lot of excitement to get up and get going every day. Essentially, we're paid to share in this business. And one of the great things about that is we don't even need a computer. All you need is your mobile phone here, because everything can be done on here, wherever you go. And that's a heck of a lot of freedom. Like I mentioned before, it's risk-free, stock-free, and at the bottom here, you'll see what the business model is built on. And it's friendships, health, both physical as well as financial health, caring, fun, and a whole lot of sharing. So what is network marketing? Basically, we're teaching to teach. So in this example, I talk to Jeff and I teach him how to talk to Carl, teach him how to talk to Julie, teach her how to talk to Brad, and so on and so forth. What that looks like mathematically over here, and here's how we make the money, is I talk to someone who gets 5 distributors, and each one of those 5 distributors talks to 5 more people, and each one of those distributors talks to 5 more people, and each one of those talks to 5 more people. So pretty soon I have a total of 780 distributors working in my organization, and all I've done is talk to 5 people and teach them how to talk to 5 people and go on forth down the line. What this looks like as far as pay goes is if you have 780 distributors in your organization and each one is generating $10 for that organization, your paycheck all of a sudden looks like that every single month. So it pays to duplicate yourself. And here's what that money looks like. At the bottom you'll see everybody starts out as a dealer here, and everybody can make it all the way up to NMD here. On this diagonal line you'll see the various promotion levels, and the dollar amounts are the absolute minimum levels that they'll make at each one of those promotion levels. So I start off as a dealer, I make it to virtual franchisee, and I'm bringing in $300 a month. What does that mean to me? Well, here I can have a nice car payment. That makes life a little bit easier. I get promoted to sales coordinator, and I'm bringing in $500 a month. So in addition to my car payment, I'm also able to get some new clothes and maybe go out some more. I like that. That makes my life a lot better, actually. Up here I get promoted to senior sales coordinator, and all of a sudden this is where it gets real. I'm making $2,000 a month on a part-time basis, residual passive income. Here, now I'm able to pay for a mortgage, and that's a pretty big deal. And this is all from you can make this part-time work. Moving up to qualifying national marketing director, I'm bringing in at least $3,000 a month. And in addition to all these other things, I'm probably able to go on a pretty fat holiday every year, a couple times a year even. And this is not driving to grandma and grandpa's house. This is going to South America or over to Europe or Asia or wherever. A big, good trip. And then the final position here, national marketing director, I'm bringing in at least $6,000 a month. But the average NMD in our organization brings in $10,000 a month. So that is $120,000 per year. And what that is, boy, that's an entire lifestyle change. Because with the $120,000 a year, you have all of this potentially that you can do anything with your life with. I encourage you to think about what would your life look like if you didn't have to go to a job and you had that amount of money. So how do we do this? How do we build this business? Well, events are key. And remember, in these events, every action has a reaction. You get to motivate your team, you inspire people, you educate people, the whole time you're team building. And this is great. And one of the reasons this business is so successful is because the whole time you're building friendships. And the way to do that, and we got to make this business fun, because there are too many people out there that are working in jobs they hate. Their lives are miserable, and I mean, we're here to have fun and make life a little bit better. So here's a Juice Plus opportunity kind of in a summary, I'm excited about this business because I get to choose who I work with. I get to work with who I want, when I want, how I want, and where I want. Choices. This December, I get to go with my family to New York City for a couple weeks, and during that time I'll work a couple days, I'll be off a lot of days, and it's my choice. I am determining what I'm doing, not a boss, not a company, not a timesheet, not a HR policy. And the Juice Plus company, it's a solid company. It's been around for over 40 years. It's a privately held, debt-free company. It's got the same CEO that founded the company back in the early 70s. And it's worth over $11 billion. So it's not going anywhere. This is a solid company. Also, Juice Plus is a product that everybody needs. Everybody needs more fruits and vegetables on the planet. Every single person. I already mentioned that we're built on health, and both physical and financial health. As far as science-backed, there are over 30 independent, peer-reviewed research studies on the products. That this is the most researched product of its kind on the planet. Low investment costs. It's $50 to become a distributor. And dreams. This one, I thought about this one for a while, and for me, it was me asking myself, when is the next step? When is that going to be the now step? When do I start to get to live out my dreams instead of always, oh, we'll just push it to next quarter, or we'll just push it to next year, or hey, maybe someday. Well, I want someday to be now, and I want to start living out my dreams now. I'm also excited because in this business we all get to give to others, and that's health and financial health and well-being as well. Already mentioned I'm working on a pension, and in fact I can will this to my children, and that's pretty unique. And then this one, we're trying to do this, we're trying to have fun, we're doing events in bars, we're going out and doing meetups, we're going hiking, we're going on road trips. I mean, this is phenomenal. This is what life should be. It should be fun. It shouldn't just be miserable until I can get to the weekend, and then miserable until I can get to the next weekend. So the networking is simple, and I encourage you to just think about a couple people while I ask you these questions. Who do you know that wants to look better? Who do you know that wants to feel better? And who do you know that wants to make more money? I bet during this you thought of a couple names for each one of those. Maybe you fell in the category of each one of those. Well, we'll help you as a team. We help you create what's called a memory jogger, and that is a comprehensive list of all the people that you know, everybody, just to figure out who might you want to talk to. That includes friends, work colleagues, people you played sports with, people you're in clubs with, people you run into at the coffee shop, some of your neighbors, just everybody that you know. And over here, I'll have to admit, I was definitely a social media hater before I started this business. I just thought, man, this is the worst use of time, and I think I'm actually dumber every time my computer goes on Facebook. So I just said, no way. Then I took and I shifted my thinking to where I'll use social media as a business tool. And now social media, man, it is awesome. You're going to reach out and touch so many people. And now my Facebook is my servant instead of the other way around. And this is the most simple way I can describe our business model. Here's me. I have my customer order for myself, as well as 4 friends that I've talked to. I have their orders, so I have a total of 5 orders under me. And I've taught 3 people to do the same thing. Each one of them have a customer order for themselves, and they talk to 4 friends. And all we do in this business is repeat, 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 and so on and so forth. And that's how we make money. And in conclusion, in order to be successful in this Juice Plus franchise, you have to embrace the products. embrace a healthy lifestyle. That means you're taking the products, you're going to want to eat healthier. This really catalyzes a healthier life. You're going to drink more water. You're going to be a little bit more active. You're going to absolutely, when you do all those things, you're going to see some results, and you're going to want to share your story. The more you can share your story, the better. And then also you need to work on becoming a better you. And whether that's reading self-improvement books, it's working on something that you're not comfortable with, say public speaking, or it's reaching out to people that that makes you a little uncomfortable, whatever that might be, just you get to work on it and you get to become better. And the exciting thing about that is that people buy you, so you're going to make more money by becoming a better person. And at the very end, I'll leave you with this, that if you help enough people, you'll get to have the life of your dreams.